Good morning, everyone. I'm going to get started, and people can join in whenever they're available to do that. I'm Dr. Maluga. I am a clinician with the Juniper Center in Park Ridge. I am a clinician that works at the downtown office in Chicago, right by Water Tower, and the office in Park Ridge. I work with couples and adults and adolescents, and I do a lot of mind-body mindfulness work with clients and whatever concerns they bring to therapy, whether it's depression, anxiety, and or other types of concerns. Sometimes it's grief and it related to a loss, and sometimes it's different losses, like the losses people are experiencing now because of the COVID-19 virus. So there's people that have lost their jobs or are not working or furloughed, and that's very anxiety provoking, and there's a great deal of uncertainty. But even within the uncertainty, we can manage or create or cultivate a space of calmness or mindfulness within our body. And today I'm going to talk about mindfulness, breath work, and the monkey mind. And sometimes I tend to think of that as monkey brain too. But so I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to share some information and that we'll use for the calming exercise meditation that we're going to do. So I picked this graphic. It's very creative and pretty, but when we're in the midst of monkey mind, it's not fun. And there are certain aspects of monkey mind that can make it very difficult to be in the present moment. So monkey mind symptoms or characteristics, these are words that are typically associated with it, and most likely you can relate to all of these aspects or some of them. But monkey mind is akin to mind chatter, which is thinking about things, thinking about different things, and worrying, running thoughts, not being able to concentrate, rumination, which rumination is basically thinking about something over and over, worrying about it, being unsettled, restless, and confused, and cultivating that worrying and cultivates that. The monkey mind insists on being heard, so many times when we try not to think about something, it just keeps popping in our mind. And I also think that it's akin to having multiple squeaky wheels in your thoughts, and being able to calm or tame those squeaky thoughts. And another thing that's important is to know how to tame the monkey mind, and also how it affects our body too, which we're going to work on in meditation. So I'm thinking I had a slide on how monkey mind can cultivate stress in our body through physical symptoms. And so I think physical symptoms can be heart palpitations. It certainly can affect your breathing in terms of increasing your breathing rate, and also increase worrying or cause headaches or a vast variety of physical symptoms. But in terms of calming or taming monkey mind, a lot of times rumination or worrying is that we're trying to control things, and we really never have control things, but we can always manage them. And management is something that can go on and on, but if we tend to think of we tend to think of controlling things, then we can actually lose control. So setting aside versus trying to stop, anything we try to stop is will just come back, kind of like a water balloon when you try to squeeze it one way and then it pops out the other way. But setting aside, it can be there, but we can shift our mind into a different direction, acknowledging monkey mind, but not avoiding it. It's pretty much the same thing, and stepping aside. Mindfulness meditation. I spend a great deal of time talking about meditation with clients because they're very judgmental of themselves, and they tend to think that they're not doing it well, and there really is no judgment. So beingness is very important. If you can just sit down and still yourself for a period of time, that is meditation. It's being with yourself and stopping a cycle or changing a habit in the moment. And mindfulness is observing and stepping outside and looking what's happening in your mind and in your body. And it's mindfulness is non-judgmental. Judgment can actually bring you. It's I'm thinking of that children's game, Chutes and Ladders. So if you get judgmental while you're trying to meditate, then it kind of takes you. It's a chute or a ladder, but probably a chute. It takes you right back into monkey mind. It's a trigger. And mindfulness is mind body, because we can, as we observe our mind, we also observe what's happening in our body. And mindfulness is also cultivating a space in our mind to be mindful, to experience it, to know what it is, and to give ourselves permission. Mindfulness meditation is beingness with our mind and body. Mindfulness is it's the floating box of squares of people that I'm trying to get in the right place so we could read the screen, but we're ready to move to the next screen. The breath connection. So breathing in, breathing out is actually breathing life in and living, giving our body what it needs to continue, and breath is a key factor of that. And when we become aware of our breath, we also become aware of our mind and body. So our breath can be an anchor to our attention. And when we're mindful and focusing on our breath, it actually provides a good space for observing and working with our mind-body connection. So breathing regulation is I think frequently we're not aware of how we're breathing, and so I always encourage clients, and I do this myself, to check in with my breathing. What is it like? Or if I get stressed or something happens, an incident happens, I check in with my breathing, because that's always going to lead me to having a fight or flight response. And if we catch ourselves at our breathing rate, we can prevent either moving into that or not experiencing it as much. And there's also differences between being aware and know how the effects that we get from nostril breathing versus nostril mouth breathing. And so what I want you to do right now is I just want you to check in with your breath and become aware of whether it's shallow, or are you taking enough air in. And I think for many of us, our breathing rate is in the middle between shallow and normal, because we usually have stressful lives. But I also think that maybe our breathing is more healthy now if we're in shelter at home and we're into to some degree is what is forced mindfulness. And then there's nostril and mouth breathing, which is a good exercise to become aware and stay with to stay with your attention to your breath. So check in with what your breathing rate is right now, just for a couple seconds. Notice how much air you're taking in. And then try doing nostril mouth breathing. So you take in air through your nostrils and then you release it through your mouth. So starting with your breathing in through your nostrils and then out through your mouth. And when you do nostril mouth breathing, I believe you're also doing mind right left brain type of interaction, and that makes your mind more present to what you're doing in your mindfulness practice or activity. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a meditation. And as I'm preparing to do the meditation, I want you to just start to be present to your breathing, and that'll get you warmed up for the meditation I'm going to do. So if someone's joining too. I'm just waiting for this person to connect so we can catch her up really fast. So as it looks like she may be having some problems with audio. So I'm gonna start the meditation, and just be aware of your breathing. So even as I'm asking you to do this, it might be, I want to just move on with meditation, and but part of this is mindfulness and being able to connect with your breath, and as we breathe normally, and to be aware of what our breathing is in the moment. Is it shallow? Are we getting sustenance and satisfaction from breathing? Because a lot of times people's reaction to stress or incidents that come up, they can get tightness in their chest as well. So I'm going to start the music for the meditation, and then I'm going to get started with the meditation. enter into your senses, into your hearing. And then start to focus more on your breath. Taking in a deep breath. Holding it in. Just a couple seconds. What does that feel like? And then releasing it. Take another deep breath in. Release it. And then breathe normally. And as you breathe normally, in your mind, circulate your breath. Ground your body. Checking in with your body. Acknowledging your body. And bring your attention to your skull, to your head. And allow your breath to, as you release your breath, to relax your skull and your head. And then bring your attention to your eyes, to your nose, to your ears, to your mouth. And bring relaxation to that calm using your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And as you breathe out your breath, think of that as releasing any tension. I'm sorry, I'm checking in with the music, and and just continue with your breath, focusing more deeply, acknowledging that it's just your breath and my voice. And that many times when we're trying to calm ourselves, we only have our breath and our thoughts. And now bring your attention to your neck and to your shoulders. Maybe roll your shoulders a little bit. And as you are rolling your shoulders, take breath in and release any tension. And now move your attention down to your abdomen, your major organs. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in relaxation and attention. Breathe out any tension or uneasiness. Take a deep breath in. Release it. Now bring your attention down to your your hips, your pelvis, your groin area. Is there any tension there? Take a deep breath in, circulate your breath in your mind and down to that area and release any tension or stress that's in that area. Now, bring your attention to your legs, your feet, your toes. Take a deep breath in, and as you release it, you can blow it out of your mouth and push any tension or stress out of your legs through your toes into the earth. And now bring your attention into the center of your body and scan your entire body and see if there's any tension left anywhere in your body. Scan from your head to your toes and from your right hand to your left hand. Take a deep breath in, hold it in a couple seconds, and then release it. And as you are aware of your entire body, take a few minutes to acknowledge that your mind is a partner with your body. And thank your body. And thank yourself for allowing your mind to connect to your body. As you're breathing, I want you to now shift into nostril mouth breathing. Breathing in through your mouth, or in through your nose, or out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And what does that feel like as you're in this space, this mindfulness space? Breathe in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. And if there are any thoughts that are there, set them to the side. Set monkey mind over to the side. It's still there, but you're creating a space, you're in a space just for the moment of being with your mind and your body and your breath. And now as you're in your nostril mouth breathing process, return to normal breathing, whether that's through your nose or mouth or just your mouth. Many of us kind of go do that differently depending on where we are and what we're doing. And then just be aware of where your breathing rate is. And I want you to become aware of the comfort and calmness in your body, and to become aware of coming out of this experience and allowing monkey mind to be off to the side or and quiet, or wherever you are with that at that moment. But in this moment right now, let yourself come out of the meditation with your breath, and open your eyes. And welcome back.